Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Old Guys Garage. Hey, I really appreciate your subscription and liking the channel. It's growing faster than ever, and we really appreciate it. Today we're working on a C10 build, and we're going to relocate the gas tank that we got from Brothers Trucks back under the bed. And we also got some really cool parts that we're adding. We got new springs coming from Speedway Motors, and we have a C-notch coming from, where did we get the C-notch from? Brothers Trucks. And we also have we got a heavy duty sway bar coming from CPP. It's an 1.125 inches, I believe. It's the biggest heavy duty sway bar I think that's on the market for the rear end of a C10. So we're going to show you how to install all those. But today what we're doing first is we're going to show you how to install the gas tank and all the parts it needs to do that. So stay tuned, we've got a cool episode coming. Peace.
What is up, guys?
Alright guys, to make room for the gas tank, first thing we got to do is cut that cross member out for the spare tire. And then see if the gas tank will fit in there with the exhaust where it is. If not, I may have to cut the exhaust and move the exhaust to go around it. So let's cut that out. Okay guys, before I pound this out, I actually cut the rivets off underneath the frame. It was just hard to film and grind and be safe at the same time. So I just ground those rivets off, and now you can see I'm pounding it off. So the first thing we did is we cut the cross member out that was right there. And we got some penetrating oil on these bolts right here so that we can get the exhaust out of the way. If I can't get it all the way out of the way, I may have to cut those tubes to get the gas tank in. We're going to use the wheel cribs that we built to jack up the truck and get them under the wheels so that we can get the gas tank up under there. And we have to put straps in and drill holes for the straps. So let's get started. All right, so we got the truck backed in. We just put a new lighting system in the garage. The lighting's going to be much better in there than it is out here. It's kind of all modeled because of the shadows right there, even though it's cool with that little breeze. We're going to do it inside and get that gas tank mounted. All right guys, so here's our gas tank from Brothers Trucks. Initially it did not come with this. It's supposed to come with this ring. I had to go back and get that. Here's the sending unit. Here's the rubber O-ring, and then the locking ring goes over the top of that. Then we have our hose, which goes there on top of that. We just have it taped off right now to keep any bugs or spiders, any dirt from getting in the gas tank. And then on top of that, we're going to put one of these like we did on Uncle Nick's in the bed. So this will go inside of that. And we'll put all that on after we get the bed and the tank installed. And then we have a little clamp kit. So we got this stuff, these items here, all from LMC Truck. So I'll show you, all this stuff came from LMC Truck. Here's our hardware mounting kit for the aluminum lines for the gas line to go back up to the through the frame and up. We're going to go up the back of the motor. We're going to eliminate the existing fuel pump, put an electric fuel pump in line, so that we decrease the heat evaporation of gas that goes up through the front of the block, because the big block gets hot and it'll boil the gas, because the gas nowadays is boiling temperature is like 185. And then here we have, this is like a little kit to sound deaden the straps. So it's like a little felt kit that goes along inside the straps to keep the gas tank from vibrating and making noise. All right, so let's get started and get it installed. All right, so you want to get yourself a little hammer and screwdriver. And first thing we're going to do is we are going to place the O-ring in here, in that space. And now we're going to put the sending unit down inside. Being very gentle not to damage it. And there's only one way this thing can go in. You want this angle pointing out because this is where the fuel line is going to leave. Go out into the frame rail. And this is where your sending unit is going to clamp onto your wiring to your gas tank, to your fuel gauge. And then this is a ground that gets ground to your frame. So let's get this guy out. So let's put the O-ring, locking ring, or retainer in position. So I'm going to push down and get it started. So there's a little little nub right there. You want to tap that down, tap it around. All right, there we have it. It's all the way in. All right, let's jack it up, get these wood curbs under it, and see if we can get that gas tank fitted. All right, guys, so I just have the tank sitting on top, so I'm checking the placement. And also I'm checking the fitment underneath here for the exhaust. And if you can see, the gas tank's gonna hit the exhaust right there and right there. So I'm gonna have to cut the mufflers or the exhaust pipe so I can get the tank in and then re-weld the pipe in later. Just trying to see where the best place to do that is. Probably going to cut right in there, and then hopefully we can re-weld right there. All right, let's do the other side. While I'm doing this, I'm trying to get it so it's pointing down and away from the gas tank. I'm just gonna leave it like this until we're all done with the build. Now that we have the exhaust cut away, we should be clear to get the gas tank in there. That space is all nice and open now. Let me show you underneath. So you can see the exhaust is cut right there. Hopefully it doesn't blow right onto the tank, but it's not going to be running very long, just during the build, and then we're going to get that extended all the way back out the back. Please consider clicking on the subscribe button and subscribing to our channel, and hit the like button if you like today's video. We really appreciate it. We got a lot of cool content coming up, guys. We got this 67 El Camino build going. We got a 67 Chevelle 496 stroker right there. We got this 72 C10, and out in the driveway We got that 03 Z06 motor in a Corvette C5. So we're going to do some mods to that too. So stay tuned, guys. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up for you. So thanks. Alright guys, so this tank has 2 holes in it, and they're going to line up with these 2 holes in the frame right there. So I'm thinking about just bolting them up direct and not using the straps. However, I might put the straps on too, just to support the bottom of the tank. And this side is almost lining up as well, but not quite, because of that little lip right there on the flange on the track bar housing. So I think I'm going to cut this little section off the track bar housing, and that'll give me more room to get this tank lined up, because right now that silver part of the flange is hitting that, and I can't get that bolt hole to line up with that hole because it's hitting that. I'll lower the tank back down temporarily and check our fitment, but that's kind of where it's going to be. I wanted to let you guys know, at Old Guy's Garage, we still play with blocks. Check that shirt out, huh? Thank you so much, Carissa. It's my birthday, and I got this gift today from my daughter, Chris, out in Arizona. Thank you so much, honey. Shout out to you. Love you. Appreciate you guys. Well, check it out, man. I love this shirt. Old Guy's Garage, still playing with blocks. Engine blocks. Awesome. Thank you. Love you. Alright guys, so we're going to cut just a little corner out of this so that we got clearance for the tank to fit.
How's that whole side done?
Look who's out to help me. Whoop, whoop.
Alright, anyways.
Alright, let's get this back one. So we rebent this. They come bent, but they come bent the wrong way, so you want to kind of measure and see where they're going to fit and get them to contour the tank. So, can you hand me a nut and a washer? And then go ahead and cut, and then come down here and show this. Okay, so I just wanted to show you, we got one started with the bolt, and then strap goes underneath, and we had room because the jack was on one side, and you want to leave room for one strap on one side or the other. So we left room for one strap. So we got one strap on, so now we can actually take the jack down and then put the other strap on, and we'll show you what the other side looks like. Go ahead and Isaiah, lower that strap down. Or the, there you go. Just pull it on out of there. It comes bent a little bit just so that they can get it in the box. And it's bent the wrong way. It's bent this way. So you got to straighten it out. And then you want to bend it right around where it starts going around the tank, which is about right here. So we've already done one, so I kind of know where to get it going. So I'm going to just start bending it. And then test fit it. So you want to see kind of where it's starting to bend, and then take it up to your tank. Come over here, Isaiah.
and see how it's gonna go. This has got to go flat up against the frame. So if it goes like that, it's pretty close. So just got to angle it more. Give it a little more of a 90. But see, the tank is tapered. It's got a really round edge like that. So your quad, just if you're using your quad, make sure you contract your quad so you don't bruise your leg when you're doing it. You know, it's pretty close. So it's a little long. The bend is a little too long, so we want to shorten the bend up. So I'm going to straighten it out a little bit right here and then bend it a little further down this way. Try again. Perfect. All right, so let's get that bolt on and then we'll bend the other side. All right, so we're gonna put that up there. We're gonna get them all started. Pull it down on it a little bit. All right, so we got that one started. We're gonna tighten that up, and then Isaiah's gonna go on the other side, and I'll video him bending the other side. All right, so Isaiah's forcing it to bend right there. Yeah, hold that down right there while you're pushing the bend. There you go. All right, let me come over there and get you. All right, so here you have these long eye bolts that go through. So we got a washer, then a lock washer, and this didn't come with lock washers, but we're adding them. So Isaiah's getting it as snug as he can, and that is going to get tighter right there as he tightens that. So inside you can see these hooks are coming through the hole like that, and Isaiah's tightening it up. Looks like it's got to go a little further. All right, so he's finishing up, tightening that up. Here's what it looks like from underneath. All right, so that's how you do it. Whoop, whoop. One gas tank installed. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna C-notch the frame, and we're gonna put new springs on there. That spring is actually 7 inches, no, 7.5 inches, and that side over there measures 7 inches.
Because they said, hey, let's just heat them up to lower it.
Yeah, I think they're just sagging. So
it's pretty bad.
There you have it. I'm stoked. That looks great. Good job, Isaiah. That's going to give us more traction and get the gas tank out of the cab. All right, guys. Thanks for staying tuned to this episode of Old Guy's Garage. This is part 2 of our C10 build. Next week in part 3, which we're going to continue on, we're going to get this plumbed. We're going to get it wired. But before we do that, in the next episode, we're going to put new springs on. We got springs coming in from Speedway Motors. And we're going to do a C-notch so that we can lower it a little further once we get the bed back on and see where it's at. And we got a custom sway bar coming in from Classic Performance Products, 1.1/8", so it's going to really help the handling on the truck. So stay tuned, guys. We got a lot of cool stuff and content coming up for this truck and this build. So we'll see you in part 3. Peace.